It's the giveaway. It's the giveaway. So first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for everybody for liking and subscribing and commenting on these videos, because that's ultimately what keeps this channel going. We're getting bigger and bigger and bigger as this company grows, and so we're gonna give away something even bigger this time. It's time to give away a PSC bow. All you guys have to do to win this thing is the same thing that you've been doing. Like and subscribe to our channel, like every video, and comment. And you can comment as many times as you want. And when we go through and we pick, the more comments that you have or the more likes that you have, along with being subscribed to this channel, only improves your odds of winning this bow. We're literally giving someone a free bow, okay? Just to like and subscribe this video. So if you guys are interested in free stuff, and you didn't win this bow this time around, you didn't win these Vortex binos, you're still entered. Just stay engaged with the channel, keep liking the videos, keep commenting on them, and it's gonna help you win maybe trail cameras in the future, tree stands, things like that. Stop buying $100 trail cameras. All right, guys, so I go to a lot of properties. I see a lot of people using different products, especially in the trail camera market. So some guys will say, hey, I'm using brand A, I'm using brand B. And I ask them, what do you think about them? And if there was any sort of consistent answer that I get from the guys is when it comes to using the cheaper cameras, you love them or you hate them, okay? Let's say you go with a little bit more expensive camera. There's a general consensus for the most part that they enjoy the camera, it works well, all these other things. So to a certain extent, you kind of get what you pay for. Let's go over why those cheap cameras, the $80, the $100 cameras, they just don't perform like you think they should. Even if you think they're doing well and they're doing a good job and you're happy with them, there's a real chance that you're actually missing something huge, and we'll get to that in this video. One of the main reasons that I want to go over why you should stop buying $100 cell cameras is longevity, okay? Let's face the facts, most of these things come with little to no warranty, and if you do have an issue with them, good luck getting a hold of somebody. Longevity is something that I mean, let's face the facts, you don't want the camera dying during the season. You don't want it to be an issue. And to the guy who's answering in his head, well, they're cheap, I'll just keep buying more of them. I get it, guys, but you don't want, if you gotta go get more of them, that's beyond the point, because now if it goes down during season, when that 160, 170 inch, 120 inch, wherever you are in the country, that you've been chasing all year, passes through and your camera doesn't go off, well, you kind of shot yourself in the foot. Get a reliable camera that's gonna last you years and years and years, maybe has a warranty, something like that. So longevity, that's one of the #1 reasons why I dislike these cheap cameras. I'll just be honest, the Tacticam Reveal, let's face the facts, that's a cheap camera that's come out, and a lot of people like it, a lot of people do, and there's a reason maybe you shouldn't like it as much. And I'm not doing this to brand bash or anything like that. I'm just stating out the facts based off of what I've seen and what I've seen clients pick up on as well. So I'm just here to share information with you guys. Don't shoot the messenger. I know a lot of you guys probably have about 15, 20 of those cameras and you love them to death. Keep using them. If it makes you happy, you know, do what you got to do. The other reason I don't like a lot of these other cheap camera companies, and they get you, and the way they get you as well, first of all, through the megapixel debate. You know, more megapixels doesn't always mean better pictures. That's a debate for another day. We can get into those gimmicks or scams that those companies are trying to pull on you. But the other thing I don't like about these cameras is they market to you that it's a cheap camera, it's an affordable camera, but the monthly plan is super expensive. Maybe you have to pay per camera. You don't get to pick how much data you want to use, and ultimately you get charged per camera. Okay, that's a no-go. That's not good, and a lot of guys don't realize that, and so they go and they buy these $100, $80, whatever cell cams, or they buy the things that they can connect to their current cameras. And one, it's just you're not going to get the performance due to the money. I mean, how could you get a high-quality product for little to no money? And I get it. Some guys just like to be cheap and buy the cheap stuff, and if it works for you, great. But the reality is it might not be, and we'll get to that. But on a monthly basis, you might double the cost of what it costs to buy the most expensive camera on the market and run it monthly. But you didn't realize that at the time of purchasing those cameras. So going with the cheap ones, you know, you're probably gonna spend a little bit more money monthly for the most part, especially with some of these companies out here. So think about that. The last thing that I want to go over with these cameras, these cheap $100 cameras that most people are not realizing, and unless you really test these cameras side by side, you don't realize that it's happening, is they're missing pictures. But let's be honest, guys, you don't know what you don't know. So if you don't know it's missing pictures, you think it's performing really well. Whether it's a lower quality sensor, a lesser range, whatever the issue is, you're not getting as many pictures, and that's just the reality of the situation. Just because, let's face it, guys, it's a $100 camera. You can't expect to get the quality of product or even the you know, just the quality of parts within the camera. So you can't expect it to work as well. It's as simple as that. So if you're missing pictures, once again, this thing is as good as tying a log to a tree and using it. If it's not getting you the pictures, then what do you got it for? So this is why I recommend getting a little bit more expensive camera. I work with Exodus cell cameras. Obviously, I'm going to tell you to buy Exodus cell cameras. There's other good brands out there. We all know that. But they're one of those reputable brands out there that give you a 5-year warranty. And another thing that makes that company special is if you do have problems. And I think if you call the owners who I know and talk to them and ask them about the cameras, the reality is electronics are going to have issues. I don't care what brand you buy, but how are you going to get that problem solved? And here's what I'm going to tell you. Most of those cheap trail camera companies, when you have an issue and you have to call somebody, you're going to be talking to somebody who's never held a trail camera in their life. That's the reality of the situation. Some of these direct-to-consumer companies, which a couple of the larger, or not larger, but better, higher quality companies are, when you call and you need to talk to customer service, you're talking to a hunter. You're talking to somebody who's used cameras, understands the camera, has probably ripped the camera apart and rebuilt the dang thing. Versus if you call one of these cheaper companies, you're just not going to get the help you need if you ever even get a call back. And we've all been there. You all know who you are. You know, you get that camera and you thought it was going to be, you know, the cat's meow, and you go and call customer service and you never even get the dang call back. And those companies upset you. So was it really worth saving a little bit of money? And going back to Exodus, like I said, they got a 5-year warranty. If you have an issue with the camera on year 4, they're going to take care of it. They're going to help you out, and you're going to talk to the actual people who run the dang company, not somebody from, let's face it, Lord knows where, and they don't know anything about trail cameras. So these are some of the main reasons that you guys need to stop buying the cheap trail cameras. At least for most situations. Don't get me wrong, maybe there's a situation for it, and it depends who you are. If you can only afford a $100 cell camera, that's fine. Then go ahead and buy a $100 cell camera, because anything's better than nothing. But if you do have the money, trust me, in the long run, you're gonna save yourself a lot of money just by buying the more expensive camera. If this is something you take serious and you really wanna get good surveillance on your property, get as many pictures as you should, and ultimately have a long-lasting product that is going to be affordable on a monthly basis, and you can pick how much data you're going to use, guys, stop buying the $100 cameras. Go with a little bit more expensive ones.